Great seeing you here again. My name is Luc de Kuster, founder of the Kuster Academy, and we're talking about the PMBOK 7th edition, Introduction and Performance Domains. We are in the Stakeholder Performance domain, and here I will introduce the concepts and definitions related to stakeholders. But before we continue, don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. So let's have a look at the Stakeholder Performance domain. In the Stakeholder Performance domain, we consider the activities and functions associated with stakeholders. And what do I want to do? First of all, when we have an effective execution of the performance domain, we will have the following effects. First of all, we will have a productive relationship with the stakeholders over the life cycle of the project. Second, the stakeholders will agree with the project objectives. Third, stakeholders who are project beneficiaries are supportive and satisfied. And the fourth thing we want to realize is in fact that the stakeholders who may oppose to the project or its deliveries do not negatively impact the result. So these are four elements that we have to verify or that we want to realize when we are dealing with stakeholders. Let's have a look at some definitions. First of all, what is a stakeholder? A stakeholder is a person, an individual, a group, organization that may be affected by or perceive itself to be affected by a decision, activity, or outcome of a project, program or portfolio. Stakeholder management or stakeholder analysis is a method where we are systematically gathering and analyzing quantitative and qualitative data or information to determine whose interest should be considered throughout the project. So we want to understand what the stakeholders want and what our actions have to be. When we look at projects and stakeholders, projects are done by people and for people. The people may be individuals or part of an organization, which is the customer. Stakeholders may be individuals, members of interest groups, and organizations. The number of stakeholders varies depending on the size and complexity of the organization. And the stakeholders may change, they may vary over the duration of the project. Their influence and interests may change during the life cycle of the project. Let's have a look at some examples of project stakeholders. First of all, we have the project manager, the project management team, and the project team. These are, in fact, the three main stakeholders who are working with the project, who are dealing effectively with the work, with creating the deliverables, with the planning, with the risk management. Other stakeholders are the governing bodies, the project management offices, and the steering committees. These are the people who are in fact controlling the projects, who are dealing with them. The governing bodies look after the projects that they are done according to the standards. The steering committees are looking how the project is performing. Are they creating value? What are the elements? What are the risks that are occurring during project execution? And of course, the project management office has a very important role in project management because they support the projects, they provide training, coaching, but they also control and verify that the teams are doing the work as it has been prescribed by the standing operating procedures in the company or by the guidelines, or that they are following the methodology that has been developed by the project management office. Other stakeholders are the suppliers, the customers, the end users, and regulatory bodies. The suppliers are very important because they provide people, they provide goods, equipment, materials for you to work on the project. So they are really interested in the project. They want to know what they have to supply. They want to optimize their supply. The customers are the people who order the project, and they may be different from the end user. The end user is finally the group of people or person who will be using what you are creating. Regulatory bodies are very important because you have to fulfill the regulations that have been defined in the country. So for you, you have to see that these regulatory bodies are in fact happy that you don't have any problems with the existing regulations. So that was it for the definition of stakeholders, looking at key concepts related to stakeholders. We will learn more about stakeholders in the following videos. But before we continue, don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next videos. Bye bye.